You there, watching this, you there listening to this. I tell you, from the beginning of civilization, we have borne witness to many forms of human destruction unto each other. Countless conflicts and wars have started anew and inherited. Welcome to our channel. Today, we delve into one of the most profound and often discussed passages in the Bible, Matthew 24, verses 6 to 13. This section of scripture is part of Jesus' Olivet Discourse, where he speaks about the end of times. But what do these verses mean for us in today's world? Let us explore these words together. The scripture says, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There'll be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Then you'll be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you'll be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other, and many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved." To truly understand these verses, we need to consider the context in which Jesus spoke. Jesus was addressing his disciples on the Mount of Olives, responding to their questions about the destruction of the temple and the signs of his coming and the end of the age. During this time, the disciples were anxious and curious about the future. They wanted to know when these events would happen and what signs to look for. Jesus provided them with a prophetic outline, not just for their time, but for the unfolding of history until his return. It's as we worry today. Worry about judgment and his return. Worried about signs and the events that we see daily in this world. But us, let's break down the signs mentioned in Matthew 24, verse 6 to 13, and see how they resonate with our current world. There would be wars and rumors of wars. Throughout history and even today, we see conflicts around the globe. Whether it's international wars, civil wars, or threats of warfare, these conflicts are a constant presence, a seemingly never-ending battle of humanity. What should we do? Is this out of our control? Jesus' message here is to remain calm and not to be alarmed, as these events are part of the broader narrative leading up to his return. We witness rising tensions between nations and ethnic groups, from geopolitical struggles to ethnic conflicts. These tensions mirror the prophecy of nations rising against each other. These events remind us of the fragility and volatility of our world. This is what is foretold. The affliction of the innocent that are exposed to these powerful entities and their drives and desires. The disregard of the essence of what it means to be of this earth. And there will be responses from the earth for these provocations. Natural disasters like earthquakes and famines are increasing in frequency and intensity. These calamities, which cause immense suffering, are described by Jesus as the beginning of birth pains, indicating the start of a process that will lead to something greater, which is his return. Faith-based persecution is a stark reality in many parts of the world. Jesus warned that his followers would be hated and persecuted because of their faith. This prophecy holds true today as many face discriminations, violence, and even death for their beliefs. You must stay vigilant and heed these words. The prophecy also speaks of a time when many will turn away from the faith, betray and hate each other. This falling away is evident in the growing secularization and moral relativism in society. Betrayal among friends, families, and communities is an unfortunate consequence of increasing wickedness. There are propaganda machines trying to steer you away from the truth. Are you going to be a victim? False prophets and deceptive teachings are proliferating in our time. From charismatic leaders to misleading ideologies, deception is widespread. Jesus' warning calls for vigilance and discernment to stay true to the faith. An increase in wickedness and the waning of genuine love are evident today. From societal injustices to personal indifference, the love of many has indeed grown cold. This chilling prophecy challenges us to keep our hearts warm and our spirits steadfast. In light of these signs, how should we live today? Jesus' call to stand firm to the end is more relevant than ever. Here are some ways we can apply this message to our lives. We must stay informed about world events, but also be discerning, recognizing the difference between sensationalism and the truth. Grounding ourselves in Scripture help us maintain a balanced perspective. Strengthening our faith through prayer, worship, and fellowship with other believers is crucial. A strong faith foundation helps us endure challenges and remain steadfast. Following the right ones is your duty. In a world where love is growing cold, we are called to be beacons of love and compassion. Acts of kindness and service reflect Christ's love and counter the prevailing darkness. Persecution may come, but Jesus encourages us to stand firm. Being mentally and spiritually prepared for opposition strengthens our resolve and commitment to our faith. We need to be vigilant against false teachings and remain anchored in biblical truth. Regular study and seeking guidance from trusted leaders help us discern truth from deception. Matthew 24, verses 6 to 13 provides a sobering yet hopeful outlook on the end of times. Whilst these signs can be unsettling, they also remind us of the certainty of Christ's return and the establishment of His kingdom. By understanding these prophecies and applying Jesus' teachings, we can navigate these challenging times with faith, hope, and love. Thank you for joining us in this exploration. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. More must know, and you can help in that. Stay blessed and stand firm in your faith.